Well, good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. It is just about 6 or 7 degrees Celsius and there's only a light breeze, but obviously it's sunny. So it's really beautiful autumnal morning, and being just surrounded by all these gorgeous colours at the moment, it's very, very pleasant. Now, I am in the rose garden today, and I'm going to be doing a bit of a pre-winter clean-up and weeding and tidy up overall. And I do admit that the kitchen garden has been monopolising a lot of my videos, and I haven't been coming to this area to show you that often at all. The weather is so nice today. It is my chance to do a bit of work here and just get the place ready, because we will not be getting that many of these gorgeous days, I'm quite sure about it. Now, most of the foliage has really died down now. You'd even see it, especially on the peonies. Their leaves and stems are a bit of a brown mess now, but there are still some roses on, and they're all actually David Austin roses that I have at the moment here. But they do smell gorgeous as well, and especially the Climbing Grove's New Dawn. As the sun is sort of shining on it as well, it nearly doubles the scent of it. As you pass the few flowers that are on it, you really catch the scent of those. So they are stunners. But the main thing now today is going to be really just to cut down the branch work on the roses themselves. So unfortunately those roses are those blossoms are going to be gone after today, and then clear the debris and a lot of weeding. But at least I'll get that kind of a job done from here, because as I said, I don't expect to get that many good days as weather goes, and I just have to take my chances, because then again I'll be back in the kitchen garden, I'm quite sure. Now, the flower buds on this Princess Alexandra of Kent are still due to open, but they won't have a chance to do that, because obviously if it gets very wet, all these outer petals will actually just rot, and it won't really allow the flower to open anymore. So there's no point to keep them. And obviously with the winter storms due as well, it will just make the overall branch work not able to sustain a heavy wet flower blossom like that. So we're in the month of November, and this is a great month to do any of these kind of jobs before the hard frosts come in. But otherwise, there's nothing wrong doing it throughout the winter, but you do want to get it done, especially like the pruning of the roses. You'd want to get it done before the spring starts, and when all the juices are flowing under the bark again. So it would just, the plants heal much quicker while they're in dormancy. But the way I usually start any of these tidy ups is that I'll remove any of these big sort of mushy plants first. So this is the Peonies Sarah Bernhardt, flowering usually in the month of June or very end of May, but month of June usually. So aren't they just stunning? And they're so fragrant as well. They are beautiful, beautiful peonies. They actually last better, like the flowers even on the plants themselves last way better than the Shirley Temple one that I had in the corner there. So these are stunning, just stunning. And into the water now. Get this out of the way, and then I'll reduce the roses. And this Princess Alexandra of Kent rose is fully mature, so I'll be taking that down to about half its height straight away, then taking out anything that's dead, damaged, diseased, the 3Ds, dead, damaged, diseased, and just leave, yeah, just these kind of bare sticks behind, and then I have a gladiola in the middle, so I'll take out those dead flower head spikes, but I'll leave the rest of the foliage because they'll be feeding the bulb still under the soil until then. Obviously during the winter they'll fully die back, but at the moment they're still green, so we do need that greenery still to feed back into the tubers before they also go into winter dormancy. Now obviously I have my secateurs really well cleaned and sharpened as well before I come and start doing any prunings. And with the likes of peonies, I'm going to leave still a couple of good inches or 5 centimetres sticking above the ground where I cut it off. And then I usually, once all this cleanup is done, I'll mulch a bit more heavily around the crown of it, just in case we do get more of a severe frosts, and that will just get it through the winter. But they're a good perennial plants, so they withstand our temperatures very well. Hi, Papa. Hi, Papa. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That's very demanding. Yeah? You're going to show off your new toy? Your dodo. Is that your dodo now? It is, isn't it? Yeah, you love your new squeaky. You love your new squeaky. Okay, I'll throw it, but you do have to give it to me. You can't throw it otherwise. I can't. Look at that. It's stuck inside your gob. I can't get it out even more. Yeah. And then I can't throw it. If you don't give it to me, I won't throw it. It's impossible. You shed like crazy at the moment. Come on, Sean. I love how on David Austin's webpage they have these tutorials as well, and they make it so simple, really, as far as the pruning of the roses goes, or with the shrub roses especially here, is that when it's a mature plant, take it down to about a half, and that's it. Just literally every branch take it down to half, and then you look for your 3Ds, the disease damaged, dead, or anything that's very weak, anything that's crossing, and that's all it is. And obviously if they're newer roses, you just usually take it back by about a third or so. I'm also going to take off every bit of the foliage or the leaves off the plants, because all of them by the end of the season now they're showing signs of diseases. I tend to burn my rose foliage and branches after I've pruned them. I don't put them into compost heap because we have plenty of fungal diseases around the place anyway, and I don't really need to add to it. A shower just came. Look at that. I'm literally behind the hedge, but it's still catching me a bit. Will I wait it out? Will I go inside? Ooh. No, I think I'd better go inside. Well, that shower was a little bit unexpected, but it looks like could be more on the way. The sky looks a little bit dark. But on the positive note, I have 2 of the planters finished, fully done. And usually from this point onwards, it becomes a little bit of a mental game, a mental challenge for me. Obviously I have all the roses cut back, so that's fine, but as far as the weeding goes, it becomes a little bit repetitive because of the 4 planters are identical and they're basically like mirroring each other. So I always start with the one that has the least weeds in it, and then I move on to the next. And after that, depending how much energy that has already taken me, is that would I have more to do another planter, and usually I just leave the worst to the last. But I know that whenever I've been able to do all 4 of them in one go, I've really felt happy with myself, because it's like literally a massive tick out of my book then. Rather than having to spend like 2 days on it, it's done in one go. So let's see. I'm not sure yet if I'll get it done today. I'm a little bit tired already. The planters are quite deep, but yeah, fingers crossed that I'll get that part of it done, because I still need to get soil or compost and mulch it, and maybe even get a proper mulch to cover the beds. But the soil or the compost and mulching isn't necessary until springtime, and I'm not feeding anything at this time of the year either. So really it's mainly just to have them cut back and to get the place just weeded so that the weeds don't keep growing, because if you get a wild winter, the weeds will just keep growing and growing, so it will be an endless task then that way. So we had another shower and it's looking distinctly grey. So I got myself a raincoat and a dry pair of gloves, because that makes a massive difference. Because I think I'm going to push through and trying to weed that very last planter as well. I think nature has showed me my place, as I'm soaked through to the bones now, and oh gosh, it's way too easy to get sick like that. So I'm not going to be taking my chances. There's going to be another day to finish up those small pieces, but I at least did get all the 4 planters sort of quite thoroughly cleaned up. Now there are some of this kind of a like green algae looking thing left behind, but they're actually seedlings from the foxgloves, because last year I had beautiful foxgloves growing here, and unfortunately I didn't deadhead them fast enough, so they did end up setting seed in here, and they're just too tiny. They're physically too small for me to actually weed out. And I don't think that hoeing, because how wet it is at the moment, hoeing is going to do any proper job for it. I'll end up probably removing more soil with the roots than I would want to. So I can just let them grow a bit bigger, and I just have to come back and either hoe them out or just hand weed them again.